So guys, there are three responses to a piece of art: nice, good, and best. Sketch as a club, as a team, and as a family thrives for the response best. A very good morning to one and all present here. I welcome you to this designing workshop by Sketch, after which you will be a step closer to making absolutely stunning interfaces. That will be the best. And that actually requires less coding. I wholeheartedly not only welcome you to this event, but your first glimpse of the Sketch family. I wish these hours proved to be a stepping stone in the designing domain for you guys. Now, our President Madesh will give an elaborate speech about Sketch and about UI UX interface design.
Hey Shreya, that was a great walkthrough. So a warm welcome to everybody. And for Sketch, it's been a very long time. We came up with this event in this year. So it's very happy that we got many registrations and happy to see the numbers over here, those who have joined this event. And I hope we'll deliver our best. So I'm here to not only give the introduction about the club, but also tell you, because I hope there are plenty of first years who also joined. This is going to be the first time you're venturing how the college is going to be, although you didn't come to the college. So I'm here to talk about the club, the Sketch, and followed by what you're going to see today and what is the importance of it. So talking about the Sketch Club, I hope many participants would have walked through about our website, right? Sketchclub.space. So Sketch is nothing but it's a designing club. It's the only designing club in our college. So there are plenty of clubs out there who does development, who does workshop on about the latest technologies. But we are quite different from other clubs that even we do development technologies, but we introduce this method called digital thinking and design thinking. So whatever events we do, it'll definitely be related to design and development. So the core motto of the club is design, develop, deliver, right? So this is the three main components. Let's say that everybody being in CSE, after 4 years, you're all going to be a software developer or an analyst or something, right? But everybody have this envision that okay, after being a developer, after learning a lot of programming tools and technologies, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to deliver. So many people will also have idea about I want to create a product, and this idea will be definitely a successful idea. So design, develop, deliver is going to be the three starting steps for you to make your idea to convert into a prototype and deliver into the market. So design is nothing but not only the designing, not only the sketching part, but bringing your idea into the paper. And after doing that, after having the entire idea about entire scope of your product, then you start developing, right? Developing is nothing but just coding and deploying, hosting it, and all sort of that. And last, deliver. Deliver is nothing but how you're bringing in your idea into the market, and how you're getting the scope out of it, how you're engaging people out of it, and how you make people deliver the scope, the target, the objectives that you initially had while designing the app. So this is the motto of the Sketch Club, that we not only do workshops about you, but we also create mentorship programs for you such a way that once you get out of the college, once you go as a successful engineer, you'll be capable of starting your own startup, or you have all those entrepreneurial skills and stuff. So that is the core idea of Sketch. We not only conduct workshops that will only give you skills and talents about designing tools and technologies, but also a clear perspective idea of what you're going to do next. So yeah, so that is the core idea of it. So the next part is Sketch Club not only offers you workshop programs, but also we offer you mentorship programs. So mentorship programs, what I mean is once you come to the third and fourth year, you guys will have probably two divisions. Either you're opting for higher studies or you're going for placements. So many, because I'm currently in my fourth year, and many of the Sketch people are in third year. So this is the time when people start thinking about, okay, so what is next? What should I go for next? Either I should go for higher studies or I should go for placements, and how placements would be. And because, while talking about placements, it's not only Ramapuram, all the other colleges will also engage in. So the competition is going to be huge. So when the competition is huge, how my profile should stand out from others, and how to start building a profile. So what are the needs I need apart from learning so much of skill sets, putting 40-45 skills in my resume, but still how should I withstand everybody, right? So we offer you mentorship programs where we will connect you through our alumni and previous, not only alumni, those who went through from Sketch, but also people who started their own startup and who will also give you an idea. Like, let's say if you have like an idea that you can make it as a startup. So Sketch ourselves, if you check our website, you can also see the startups that has been built from Sketch. So we have 5 startups right now, and myself even I started my own startup. It's called XTC Creators. So Sketch will provide you not only the skill set workshops, but also mentorship programs. You can feel free to contact us. You can just go to our website, and there's an option called Contact Us, where you can get in there and you can just put your let's say if you have doubts about you wanted to higher studies, and if you have any questions about it, we are 24/7 free. And also you can contact my number. It's there in the poster even, right? So yeah, that's all about Sketch. So secondly, talking about this UI UX, I personally feel that Sketch is the only club to talk about UI UX, because Let's Say XD is actually, this is our second event. We already had it like last year, because everybody have some kind of development skill, right? Any programmer does, right? Many, like, I also believe second and third year people are there, but when I had conversation with first year, they were like fully equipped with the latest tools and technologies. But one thing they lack in is the roadmap. So what is the roadmap of software building? We are using many softwares in day-to-day life, right? Let's say if I open my phone, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Swiggy, I have Zomato, I have Dunzo, and plenty of applications are out there, right? So how these applications are built? See, this is the basic skill that everybody should have. Every single engineer should have. What approach they use, and what what tools and technology, what stack they used in order to get this app done. So the first roadmap that they have entered, and roadmap is something like a simple map where you have your source and you have a destination, right? What is the source? Where should I start from? That is called UI. That is user interface. You have an idea and you pen down, like, say, this is my idea. Let's talk about some food delivery app, Zomato or Swiggy. What it does, it connects a hotel to a customer. So if any customer can, online, they can they can go through the menu and they can order food, and the message goes to the vendor, and he will outsource the food to the customer. So this is the core idea, but in depth, you have to design okay, so if the customer is ordering the food, what are the components that need to be present in a mobile, or if he's ordering through desktop, or if he's ordering through a tablet. So there's nothing but components building, I would say, right? So you should when you have this idea, so what you do is okay, these are the components that I may need in terms of user screen, and these are the components that I may need from the hotel perspective. So all these are done using user interface. That is the front end part, right? The front end is something like that we see visually. So, but for building an UI, you may not require coding. You might just require the idea of what is it going to be in your application. So that is the main concept of user interface building. Second thing is user experience. So user experience is nothing but let's say you have some idea, but you have to explain the interaction between the components. Let's say I have a login screen, I have the main screen. So when you usually, okay, let's continue with the example. When you ordering some food in Swiggy or something, you should pass through the login screen. Once you're already logged in, you just directly get into the main screen. So this is called experience. Experience, nothing but the interaction between between you and the application. Any application it could be. So UI will take part of the component that is nothing but the pages. Let's talk about the pages, right? So login screen, how the login screen is going to be, and what are the components needed to be there in the login screen. But if we talk about user experience, it's just connecting. Okay, so if I'm entering my username password, where it should lead me. Either I should use OTP to log in, or I'm just directly landed in the menu page. So this is what user experience is. So this is just a slight introduction of what I said, kind of like a definition, right? So we have a beautiful team, and they will definitely will explain much better. And we also have one of our the best designer the SRM-RMP have is nothing but Praveen Murugesan. And one thing I forgot to say, I hope people who are already there in SRM, you would have known about Texas, right? So I am very proud to say that Sketch is the only club started designing the website for Texas since its beginning. Texas started in 2018. So for the past 3 years, till 2020, it's the Sketch Club which developed the website, not only for Texas, even for strings. So I myself and I was taking the lead, and we had people from under Sketch, and we developed the website for 2020. And if so, if you would have seen the mascots, or if you would have seen the posters and many things, and it's like 70% of them are done by Praveen Murugesh. So I hope he will get you through a great venture in this event. So I hope that's it from my side. And last thing, so what is the result of this UI UX, right? So once you get into the fourth year, not only if you're strong in development, but there are people out there. There are plenty of companies like PayPal, Apple, Microsoft, Google. These companies know they come for creative minds. That is UI UX. So if you start learning about the UI UX, and I hope you will start doing it after this event. And this really have a great scope. Like once you're done with fourth year, it will definitely like not only people are getting into placements, but the people who wants to start their own like organization or something. This is going to help you a lot. So that's it from my side. So let's start off the event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madesh. It was so beautiful. As Madesh said, front end and UI UX designing and everything is equally important as the back end is. So let's begin with the event. I give on to Anjana, Sairam, and Praveen. They'll take over the event.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Let's XT, and my name is Sairam, and I'm going to start off this event by giving you a brief, introduction about design and concepts surrounding it. So let's start. Let's begin with the question. What do you think is the definition of design? Anyone? Come on, guys.
Construction.
Yeah, sure. Close enough, man. Okay, Anjana, next slide. Well, design is the process of enhancing the user satisfaction by improving usability, accessibility, and the overall experience. So, if a product is good, a design can make it better. That's how powerful design is. So, any company, like if you say any big company, as you heard from the president of a club, like design is very much important. It's an integral part of a product. So yeah, let's proceed to the stages of design. Yeah. So if you do any sort of work, it is better to have a prior planning because you know the flow of the event. So here's what we have in common with design also. So there are like 4 stages of design: pre-production and design during production, post-production design, and redesign. So in the pre-production design, we throw around ideas and get a rough sketch of what could be. So that's what happens, and then we brainstorm some stuff and try to see where it goes. And design during production is during the development, like when you're drawing up something and if you try to copy it as it is or do something like that, it might not fit the narrative, so you'll change it around a little bit. And then during testing too, it plays a crucial part because some designs might not work in the testing stage and all. And then post-production design, here's where we implement the design and then give like a beta to the users or customers, and then ask about their opinions, and then evaluate it, and then accept some criticism for it. If all goes well, then the design goes into the final product. Otherwise, we just scrap the whole thing and redesign. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah, here's where we have a concept of color theory and the color wheel. So color theory is basically the a practical combination of art and science that is used to determine what colors look good together, what colors go together, and then it kind of gives you a good feel to the design. Like this concept was invented by Isaac Newton in 1666. Are you guys familiar with the color spectrum? I think you guys had that in your 10th standard science. I'm sure about it. Like when you spin a spectrum of colors, it turns into white, right? Yeah, so that's what this concept is like. Like as you can see, the warm colors are in the picture, like yellow, green, orange, and then we have cool colors, violet, blue, red, violet, etc. So if you are struggling with finding proper color combinations and stuff, there are a ton of websites that can help you with this. So we have a website called colormind.io, um, which is going to be helpful for you to find the correct color palette, which will be which can be implemented in your software or something. Just play the video. Yeah, as you can see, when you click the generate button, it randomly generates a color palette. It looks quite good, as you can see. And then we have this, the toggle, which helps you to adjust colors, customize it. And then, as you can see, the highlighted numbers, right? This is a hexadecimal code that can be used, to get the colors right in Adobe XD. As you will see further in the session, Praveen will demonstrate how you can use the hexadecimal code to determine color and then fill it up in spaces of the design. So next slide, please. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with a question: what is UI and UX? And then my colleague Anjana will take it from here. So answer, guys. What do you think is UI and UX? Come on, guys. Any idea? Just anything. Yeah, yeah. User experience. And what is UI?
User interface.
Yeah, good, good. So Anjana, take it from here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Saira. So before going to the next slide, I just want to give the detailed definition of UI and UX. So what is UI? UI is user interface, and most of you have said the answer correctly. So in depth, UI is where you do layout, visual design, and branding. Whereas UX, it's user experience, and you do usability testing, user research, and personas. So next slide, Praveen. So what is UXD? It's user experience design. So it is the process of enhancing the user satisfaction by improving the usability, accessibility, and pleasure provided in the interaction with the product. So in simple words, UX design is used to study the user behavior and understand the user motivations. So why do we need to study the user behavior and you understand the user motivation to get the better digital experience? So, a small example to explain what is UI and UX and how it is being used. So we can take any of the product companies, may that be Zoho, Amazon, anything. So if that company they actually use UI and UX, why are they using UI and UX design? Why is it important? So like UI and UX is kind of a platform where like it's a designing thing where you create easily without having any code, and it actually gives a wonderful user experience. So that is why each and every product company are using UI and UX design. So this is actually a minimalistic design. So what is that? As the name says, minimal, it's supposed to be simple, but it's not like that. It's simple, but with a high complex. There are a lot of features we have, but we actually concentrate on one feature, which is consistency through structure. So as we know, minimalist web design are often highly artistic and general, and there are no boundaries for our creativity. But we should ensure that the website does not neglect its main task or main information. So as we know what is UI and UX, and we know what is minimal design, but where to do it? So there comes Adobe XD. So Adobe XD is a prototyping tool for user experience and interaction designs. So what is it being used? It is used as a for wireframes, prototypes, screen designs for digital products such as website and mobile apps. So in this slide, we will be seeing that how the first slide being how the transition takes place from first slide to the last one. So the black one, which is moving, that is supposed to be called as wireframe. So now we all know Adobe XD is all-in-one UX UI solution for designing website and mobile app and more. So as we have seen a lot of slides and explanation about UI UX and Adobe, there are three features that can be done through Adobe XD, that is design, prototype and share. So another point for Adobe XD will be it is a streamlined software that is pretty simple to grasp. As long as you have a plan to create, it is very much easy for us to create with with the help of UI, layout, navigation and graphics. So in the place of graphics, we can create our own graphics for a prototype, or if you want, we can use the prototype from the XT that is being presented. So both are going to be having the same process and it's painless. So I'm moving on the session to Praveen.
So, hello guys, my friends Sairam and Anjana would have told you about the design analogy and basics of the design and what all Adobe XD is all about. So right now we are in the hands-on session. So I request all of you to be ready with the prerequisite files and also open the Adobe XD software. So let's get straight into the event. Okay, before that I just want to tell what we are going to make. I mean, we are going to make a UI design for movie streaming application, just like Amazon Prime. Basically, we are going to replicate the Amazon Prime's UI design, but of course, with our own touch. Great. I will just screen share now. So I request any one of you to just write OK in the chat box if you have opened Adobe XD, just to make things sorted. Thank you. Thank you. It was so overwhelming. Thank you. So let's get to Adobe XD, guys. So this is the first interface that you are going to see. This is where you can change the dimensions. I mean, it totally depends on you, what you're going to make, whether it's going to be an app or a website or Instagram story, or you can just put any custom size, custom dimensions. So now we are going to be making an application as, I mean, a UI design for that movie streaming app that I just told before. For that, the first one is would be the correct dimension. There is a small arrow down there, I mean, downside arrow. If you click on that, a pop-up will pop, and there are 3 to 4, I mean, some soft mobile dimensions are there. I would be using Google Pixel 4. You can use any device that you like. I'm going with Google Pixel 4. So this is the second interface that you are going to see. So the white thing in the center is called as the artboard, and the Google Pixel 4, it is the name of the artboard. You can rename it by just double clicking on it. Just let's rename it as movie page. Okay, perfect. To zoom in and zoom out, the shortcut keys are Control- for zoom out, and zoom in it's Control+. Okay, but make sure this select tool is on. This is known as select tool. Shortcut key for it is V. Make sure that this select tool is on. Okay, for zooming in, I'm repeating again, for zooming in it's Control+, and for zooming out it's Control-. Now what if you want to go to the right side of the screen? For that is known as panning. Panning means just pan, move, and here and there. For that you need to hold space. When you hold space, you can see a hand comes out. Now click on your mouse, I mean left click on your mouse and drag. Now you can just transit over the screen, right? Perfect. Now zoom out. Repeating again, space for pan, and Control+ for zoom in, and Control- for zoom out. So now let's get to the left side of where you can see different tools. Select tool, as its name suggests, it helps in selecting and deselecting the objects or the elements. Now if we need to select the artboard, just click on the artboard name. Now if you want to deselect it, just click somewhere else, it will get deselected. Select, deselect, select, deselect. Good. So next tool is the rectangle tool. Shortcut key for it is R, right? So for creating a rectangle, just use a mouse, drag, just see, we formed a rectangle. But what if you want to make a square? hold shift and then drag. You will create a square. For a rectangle, just simply drag, and for square, hold shift and drag. Perfect. Good. Now let's move on to the next tool, that is ellipse tool. Just same like the rectangle. Drag randomly, it will give an ellipse, and if you want a circle, just hold shift and drag. The next tool is the text tool that we are going to use. Just click on the text tool and just click inside the artboard and write anything you want. Perfect. Now go to the select tool, and now you can also select and deselect the text tool too. I mean, we have an element here called as, some text tool Itachi Uchiha. If any anime fans are there, please give me some anime recommendations in the chat box. So the select tool, now I want you to select the select tool to learn how the select tool works. So if you want to select this text over here, just you need to tap over it, and if you want to deselect it, just click somewhere else. And if you want to select the artboard, click on it, and if you want to deselect it, just click somewhere else. That's simple how the select tool works. Now I want you to go into the bottom left side. The center one is the layers tab, and the last one is the plugins tab. Okay, we don't require this for now. I will tell you about the plugins later. So now we will make sure the layers tab is clicked. Shortcut key for it is Ctrl plus Y. I'm just going to delete it by pressing the delete button. Okay. So I just want to tell that, as I told you before, that we are going to make an app similar to Amazon Prime. So of course we need to get some inspiration. So I went to Google and downloaded how the Amazon Prime. I downloaded Amazon Prime's image so that just to have an idea how it looks like. So I want you to open your prerequisite files or folders that I told you to download before coming to the event. Head to the folder and go to the inspiration Amazon Prime. So this is the Amazon Prime's UI or the app design they have. This was way before. Now they have updated their design, of course. So we are going to somewhat replicate like this, but with our own touch. Okay, why I'm telling this? I mean, it's basically common knowledge. You can't draw a line without knowing what a line looks like. Brain. Okay. I don't want you to close this. Just minimize it. No issues. So now first let's talk more about artboard. I told you about selecting and deselecting. So here you can see on the top right screen there would be a desktop preview, triangle shaped play button like. If you click on that, you can see the preview of the app. But this is a static one. Most of the apps are scrollable. When you hover on the screen, like this, touch, the screen will also go down. Insensitive with your touch. So for that, what you need to do is, I'm just zooming out a little bit, holding space and panning. Make sure the select tool is on. Select on the artboard and drag it down. This middle small button here. Just drag it down. Okay, now deselect. Now select this and now go to the play. Now you can see you can drag. You can see the scroll bar here too. So this is how you scroll your screen. Select this, drag it down, go to play and scroll. This is how you scroll your screen. Simple, right? Yeah. So now, as we have learned about artboard, okay, there's one more thing I want to tell you. The concept called inside and outside artboard. We should know what is inside artboard and outside artboard. For example, there's a rectangle here. See, this thing is inside the artboard, right? If I move it outside, it will go to the pasteboard here. If I move it inside the artboard, it will get into this. For selecting artboard, there are two ways. I will explain it. For selecting artboard, there are two ways. You can either select from here, or you can just select here. This is the layers area. You can select here or select here. Same goes for the elements too. This rectangle is known as an element. Everything inside the artboard is called element. I can select the rectangle here by clicking on it, or I can go inside the artboard from in the layers tab. For going inside, you just need to double click. You can go there and click on rectangle, right? Rectangle here, or just double click here and press rectangle. Perfect. So this was known as inside and outside artboard concept. The next step, the basics are over for a while. So we are going a step further. We are going to going with the first step of the app design. The first step is to choose the background color of your application. I'm going with a dark theme as dark mode. Everyone likes them, of course, and yeah, it's in trend since 2018. So for that, you need to make sure, make sure before you select everything, the select tool is on. That's the first step. So select tool is on. Okay. Now go to the movie page. I mean, click on the artboard. Correct. Now head to the right side of the screen. Here you can see appearance tab or the section called as appearance, and there you will see a fill. Just click on it and choose the color that you like. As you are going to the dark mode, I'm going to do a dark grayish color. Perfect. So this is how you change the background color. It was very simple, guys. Click on the artboard, go to the right side and choose the color you want. So now we have successfully selected the background color. The next step is known as placing the shape step. I mean, this step only few use, and you can't see this in any of the YouTube videos. I mean, there would be, but not more than 5 to 6 videos. Okay, so this step is known as shape step. What does it mean? Just see this. We are going to break this whole design into simple blocks. Okay, I mean, you won't be understanding right now, but you will be understanding what I'm trying to say after 10 to 15 minutes of the event. I mean, right now, from now. Got it? So placing the shapes, we are going to use the rectangle tool for now. Go to the rectangle tool and just place a rectangle at the top. You can also resize it. I think this should look fine. Go to the right side and change its color if you want. I mean, white, it doesn't look, it's not a good combination. I just want it to be gray only, but of lighter shade. Perfect. And you can remove borders if you want. I mean, there's a personal issue with borders and I just don't like borders. You can remove if you want. After removing borders, we go to the shadow and click on the tick mark. So shadow, I mean, there are different settings for the shadow. Here you can see there is an x-axis, that is x-axis of the shadow placement. I mean, x and y are the placement. X is the 0 x-axis, which is 0, and y is the y-axis, which is 3. And b is the blur amount. You can just copy my setting. It's 0, 3, and 6. You can just play around with and see what suits you best. I mean, this has been helping me since a long time. So 0, 3, and 6 are the best settings. Okay. So now I want you to go to the select tool and deselect it. Okay. Why? Because we need to select it again. I know it was just some stupid thing. So select this. Now what if you want to duplicate something? For that, simple command, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. So Control C and Control V. Now it is duplicated, as you can see here. Before there was only one rectangle. Now when you press Control C and Control V, there are two rectangles. Now we can drag it down. Using select tool, you can move objects here and there, but it is totally randomly going. But what if you want to make it move in a straight line? For that, you need to hold shift and drag it down. Hold shift and drag it down, right? Or you can drag left, right also. I mean, when you hold shift, everything goes in a proportionate manner. I mean, everything goes in a straight line. So now you would be wondering why I placed two rectangles at the top and one rectangle at the top and one rectangle at the bottom. These were for the tabs. Tabs in the sense, I'm going to the image. Here you can see there are three tabs at the top: home, TV shows, and movies. And at the bottom, of course, there are other options available too. Perfect. So now we are going to place other shapes, basically rectangle only. So I'm heading back to rectangle. Before heading to the placing other shapes, I just want you to understand the concept of layering. So this artboard, you can see, go inside it. You can go back from here and go inside from here. Just revision. So this, you can also rename. I just forgot to tell you. This one, when you select here, the rectangle 2, that is this one, you can just double click here and rename it. I'll just put it as bottom rectangle. Go to select tool and you can select from here, or you can also select from here, no issues. And I will just rename it as upper rectangle. But I want this, you can also change its order. This is where a sandwich rule comes. I will explain what the sandwich rule tells about. Go to the rectangle tool. I mean, you don't need to do this. This is for the explaining purpose. I'm telling the sandwich whole part that I'm going to explain right is just for the explanation purpose. You don't need to do that. So I'm going to the rectangle part and just placing a rectangle. Let it be white, no issues. I'm going to rename it as white rectangle. Again, go to the rectangle tool. No problem if it's already selected. Now I'm going to place another rectangle, but change its color. Perfect. Now I'm going to deselect it. Now you can see there are two rectangles placed. Both are inside artboard. Go inside here, you can see. I'll just rename it as red rectangle. There are two rectangles here, white rectangle and red rectangle. Now I want you to learn the concept of sandwich. That I mean, here red is at top because red is here at top here too. What if you want the white at the top? You need to make white go top at here too. I mean, when the white was up, white comes up here too. Now if you want the red up, you will just drag it there. This is what a sandwich layer tells. The top one is the top. It's just a similar concept like stacks in C++. Push and pop. You want the red to be back, just drag it down. It just works like that, okay? So next, now we need to add another rectangle. Now we need to add another rectangle. Click on the rectangle and I want it to be a little bit, now you need to follow the steps. I mean, you need to do, just place a big rectangle just like I am doing. This will be the carousel part of the movie app. This is the carousel, right? I mean, it's rectangle. I've made a little bit of squarish type because I want to have my own design infused into it. A little bit more bigger, I think it would be perfect. Good. Now go to the right side, make sure it's selected and remove the border. I mean, if you want, no issues. Now I want to move this white rectangle behind the previous element. So I'm going to just drag it here. Now it's behind the upper rectangle. I will just rename it as carousel, no issues. So this was the upper rectangle, you can see here. Okay, there's a spelling mistake. I'll just rename it as bigger rectangle, no issues. This one is the upper rectangle, this one is the bigger rectangle, and this one is the bottom rectangle. Sorry. Okay, no issues. Now again go to the rectangle. Now we are going to place other rectangles too. For what? For this purpose. Here you can see there are different shapes available here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, we are going to say doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. 3, 3. 3 above and 3 below. Go inside the artboard. Go to the rectangle and place one rectangle here. Make sure you leave some space. I will tell you what I am leaving the space for. Just drag a rectangle. So now the next concept of rectangle that I want you to teach is how to have round corners for rectangle. Once you place the rectangle, you can see small circles inside the rectangle. Just drag any one of it. You can see that now the corners of the rectangle has gone rounded. See, okay. Remove the border if you want. I just don't like it. And if you want, you can add a shadow. No issues. I'm adding a shadow, no problem. You can go to the select tool, deselect, and again select. Press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Drag. Press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Drag. Make sure it's center aligned. For that, you need to select all these by holding Shift and hold Shift and move to the left hand. You can see a line going in between. That shows that it's in the center. Okay. Now you can rename them. This one as rectangle 1 and rectangle 2 and rectangle 3. One more thing you can do is just you can group all these. I mean, just click on one, hold Shift and click all 3 and go to the left side, right click, and you can just press group. Now you can rename it as small rectangle up. Double click and you can see all other rectangles here. Let me repeat this once again. There are 3 rectangles. For grouping them, there are 2 ways. You can go here and select all these, or just select all these from here and then go there and right click and go for group. Shortcut key for it is Ctrl G, and let's rename it as upper small rectangles. Now sorry guys, now I need the same
Is
3
there any
rectangles.
way to have equal amount of distance between these rectangles?
That, yeah, it's there, no issues. I will tell you that. Equal amount of distance. You see there is one rectangle here. There's one rectangle. Wait a second. I'm placing a rectangle here. Okay, changing its corner. Now equal distance, right? Or Adobe XD automatically helps you. Just Control C and Control V. So you can see the distance between them. It's 14 right now, 24.
Yes.
Now select the second one and again Control C and Control V. Go to the third one. We can see a rectangle, I mean purple color rectangle pops up in between them. This shows that all the three are of equidistance. Understood?
Yeah.
So now all three are of equidistant now. I mean the distance between them is equal. So now we're going to group them because I had to undo all of the steps. Now select the group here, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V, hold shift and drag down. We can see again a purple color thing pops up in between. This shows that these are of equal distance. You can see the distance amount to 62 and 62. If you want, I will just zoom in and show. See, 62 and 62. I mean, this one is overlapping this one, so we need to get this at the top. So what I will do is, I will bring the upper to the below this. So now it's have gone behind. Okay. So now our app, I mean, 5% of our app looks like somewhat like this. There is one big rectangle. There are three small rectangles, three small again three small rectangles, and one rectangle at the top and one rectangle at the bottom for the tabs. Right? Okay. So now the next thing is to place the posters. It's pretty simple, guys. Pretty simple. I'm requesting you all to open your prerequisite file or the folder, go to movie posters and choose a movie poster that you like. I'll going with the Witcher first. You just need to drag it, go to XD and drop. See, it is placed there. Go to the second poster, drag and drop. Deselect it by clicking somewhere else. So we have successfully placed the, what do we say, the posters inside the rectangle. So now you understand why I told you to first put the rectangle. It would have been very tough for you if you would have done something like this. I suppose I'm placing the rectangle here and the poster, sorry. If I place the poster here, it will be of its original size. Then you need to do like this. Then you need to resize this and then go with this. In that thing, you can't copy paste easily. So that's why I told you to first draw the rectangles and then place the posters. So now let's place the bigger poster here. First, I just want to tell you why most of the apps have this bigger thing there, bigger rectangle having carousel. This is where they want the user, the customer to have their attention at. For example, this is Mr. Robot, whatever the pronunciation is. When the person opens the app, he sees this Mr. Robot thing at first glance whenever he opens the app. So he gets to know that, okay, there is a TV series going for Mr. Robot. Or you can take Amazon or Flipkart too. If they are having any offers running on that they want their user to know, they will have that running here. Even Book My Show too. All the current running shows will be shown there. So this is known as carousel. And one thing, carousel in almost 80% or the 90% of the carousels available on the net, any website or any application use have those small circles here. Even on Instagram allows up to add 10 slides in a carousel. So these are the small circles we need to add, but we will add at the end, no issues. So I told you about the carousel, so let's place a poster for carousel. Which poster? Okay, I'll go with Harry Potter, no issue. So now other concept comes is of resizing. I mean, you can see when you dragged and dropped the poster inside the rectangle, it gets cropped. So for resizing it, you need to double click on it, and now you can just do like this. Or you can also want, if you want, you can also make it bigger, something like that. This looks fine, but once you do this, you will see we can see the logo of Harry Potter there. So what I did was I downloaded the Harry Potter logo manually from Google. Now we can drag this, just place over there. I want to place side, and now you can add shadow to it if you want. You can change the opacity of shadow by clicking on shadow and moving this slider. Okay. Now let's rename this as the Harry logo. It's perfect. This one is the upper rectangle, bottom rectangle. Perfect, guys. So now next. What do we do with the two steps? I mean, there are, okay. Next, let's place the texts. So right now we are on the movies section. So I want to go to the text tool, go here and write movies. Just go there and write movies. Select them, go to the right side, and you can change the color. I want it to be of white color. Go to the select tool and you can bring it down here. To change the font, just double click on it when you are on the select tool. Go to the right side and you can see a text section over here. I'm going with the Arial because I think Arial is there in most of the computers and the laptops. And then you can change the font style of Arial. I'm going with the bold. And you can change the font size manually from here too. It's 20. 20 is good. Okay, perfect. Now I want it to just place it at the center. This is the center line. I'm placing it here. Now we need the other text here and there. Select this, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. That is duplicating. Go to the right side and you can go to the text tool and change it to TV shows. So what we did was went to the text tool, wrote movies here, then we duplicated it by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Use the select tool to drag it to the right side, so TV, and then we again went to the text tool and renamed it to TV shows. The next step is to make sure the TV shows is selected and go to the right side, go to the appearance tab over here, reduce its opacity. And you can also change its size. I mean, I wanted to change its size. I reduce it. Let it be 13. Perfect. And just center align it. I wanted to copy this again and paste. Go to the left side and place. And rename it to something else you want, like kids. So now all these are of equidistance. I wanted to select all three and move it to the center This should be looking fine. Yes, perfect. So why I had the movie session of 100% opacity while others of lower opacity?
Transition.
Yeah, good. This is where user experience comes to the play. I mean, if the current user is on the movies tab, the movies will be of 100 opacity. For example, if the user was in TV shows tab, this will go to the 100 opacity, and kids and movies part will go to, I mean, it will have their opacity reduced. We will see in this in action in the carousel part, don't worry. So I just wanted to make the movies session of 100% opacity and rest two of the same opacity but of lower opacity as compared to the movies. Okay. Now we need to add other text here too. Watch next, and okay, go to the text, go here and write watch next. Make sure it is on Arial. Now I wanted to make it to regular size is okay, I guess. I need to control C and control V, drag it down and rename it to feature movies. Okay. Now we need to add the icons. You can see when you open this image, you can see there are several icons. I mean, usually they have designers for this, but as an individual, you are free to use any open source icons available on internet. You can go to the Google and download icons like download icon, profile icon, library icon, search icon. You can download and just place in the XD. Or else there's one more thing you can do. Go to the third bottom left icon, plugins, right? Go to the plugins. There would be a plus here, discover plugins. Click on that and go to the search here. Now we need to write icons. Once you write icons, there will be many, what do you say, plugins available. I want you to download this particular one, icons for design. It's free and it will
I
take around,
actually have a doubt.
yeah, tell.
See, I have a cracked version of XD, so in that I have some limitations. I cannot
Ah,
download plugins. So, what is the
yeah,
alternative for that?
alternative I told you at the first now. Go to Google and just type manually. I will show you.
Okay.
Wait, I will show you, no issues. I'm going here now. If I want download icon, I'm typing it as download icon PNG. Okay, you can just okay write download.
Yeah, yes, yes, I'm familiar.
But here you will face an issue. The background is not transparent. If you download this, you will get this background gray color too. For that, you need to write one more keyword called as PNG. PNG refers to some, I don't know its full form. Sorry, my bad. I mean just transparent backgrounds. It won't have any background. If I download this,
And these assets, are they not permanent?
which assets?
See, at my previous project, I have created some assets just for to make it them instant. And when I started a new project, I'm not getting them back.
Assets, I don't know what do you mean by assets. Assets, I mean it's a very wide word. What comes
Yeah.
inside asset?
See, I have saved some assets like I made an icon bar and I saved them in the components. And then when I have opened my
you
new
you do
project,
you do one thing when you what do you say, when you create a icon inside Adobe XD or anything you place, you right click and you can export it, like, or else wait, if I want to export this thing, I'm right clicking here, going here, and you can go to export and export selected. Then you can export its file name as SVG and PNG. Then it will get stored in your desktop. Then you can, if you want to use the same thing in the next projects, you can just drag from desktop and place there. You're getting what I'm saying?
yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So plugins, okay, bottom left part is the plugins. Go to the plus, search for icons for design. Once it's installed, I mean, it will just take maximum of 5 minutes, depends on your Wi-Fi speed. Now we need to search for some icons. Let's go for download. I like this one. Just drag it and go to bottom. Downloads on most of the apps are instant, so I will be placing there, and I will change its color to white. Next icon we can use user. Based on the right, I mean most of the apps the user profile is on either in the bottom right or the top left. You can change its color to white. The next I want is what can we have? We can have a library, I guess. List. And change its color, guys. Oh, you can change the border, no issues. So now let's go back to the carousel part. We need to add those circles. Once you have placed all these, go to the carousel. I mean, for that you need to go to the ellipse tool. Zoom in because those are very, very small circles. Make sure you're on the layer. Once you have placed all the icons by using plugins, you can go back to the layers, the one in between. Make sure you're inside this. Okay, now go to circle. And if you just simply drag, it won't be rational. So I want you to hold shift and wait, remove the border. It's so awkward. Just reduce its size. We're going to select and holding shift and reducing it. I want you to press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to duplicate it. Reduce its opacity. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, equidistance. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, equidistance. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, equidistance. Now let's center align all these. For that, you need to select all these. Hold shift and drag. So now it is center aligned. So now let's check the preview. For that, click on the artboard name. Go to this desktop preview or the app preview. So this is how our app is going to look like. So now I will going to explain you two more things. The first thing is about the scrolling part about which I gave you some basics in the first few 10 minutes of the session. So click on the artboard, make sure select tool is on, click on the artboard, drag it down. Now you will notice one thing that when you click the artboard and when you press the desktop preview and when you scroll down, this particular thing also goes with the scroll. It's not in a fixed position. In apps, you will see when you scroll, this will be there only, and everything else leaving this will be getting scrolled when you scroll down. So for that, what you need to do is you need to select this and the icons. We can do one thing, guys. First, let me group all these things. I selected this one by holding shift. I selected this, then I selected this. I pressed Ctrl G, or you can just go here and right click and group, and I will rename it as icons. Now I can also group this with the background one. So I can select the background rectangle and select the icons. Wait a second. Okay, now I can press group, Ctrl G. Now all of them will get grouped. Whenever you move, all I mean the three icons and the background rectangle will move together. I know this would have been somewhat confusing. I will do one thing. I'll explain once again. Well, I did nothing. I clicked on the first icon, hold shift, sorry, clicked on the first icon, hold it shift, click on second icon, click on third icon, and just press Ctrl G. It will get grouped, rename it as icons. I want to group the background rectangle and the icons. So click on any one of the icon. I mean, whenever you group anything and then you press on any one icon, all will get selected together. Okay, so if you click on this one thing, this will get selected, all three will get selected. Now select the background rectangle too, both is selected. Now press again Ctrl G. And rename it to bottom. You can just drag it down, no issues. Okay, it's good there, no issues. So now you can see whenever I move, all four will get move, they will move together. So now go to movies, scroll down for scrolling, make sure the movie page is selected, go to the app preview. When you scroll, you can see this is still there. For that, what we need to do is go to prototype. Okay, go to prototype session there above, select this one, the one that you grouped right now. Select this and just click on this tab called as fixed position when scrolling. Click on it. So what it will do is make the position of that bottom rectangle or the group thing fixed. So whenever you scroll, it just will be there only. So let's see this in action. Click here, go to desktop preview, and you can see now, right? Go to design, go back to design, select output this. So like this much is enough. See, this looks good. Now what if the user wants to click on this button, this second circle? Whenever the user clicks on this, what happens is the main poster of Harry Potter is transistor to another poster, right? Left to right or whatever animation you want to use. That all comes in the user experience part. For that, you need to click on this artboard, press Ctrl C, and then again press Ctrl V. So we have duplicated it. Click on this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Good. Now you can rename it as movie page 1. Okay, it's good only, no issues. Now when the user clicks here, this page will pop up, but when this page will pop up, this will get highlighted and this will reduce its opacity. So for that, you need to do the same thing. Click this, increase its opacity. Click this, what was it? It's 52, so you can make it 52. Now when the user is on this screen, this poster has to be changed, right? You can delete this Harry Potter logo. No. Now we need to place the other poster here. I'm going to Moana. Double click to resize and reposition. This looks good. Very, very good. So now, when you click this artboard, now the user clicks here, nothing happens because we haven't connected this circle with this artboard. For that, you need to go to the prototype. This is where your user experience plays a major role. Go to prototype, zoom in, select the second circle. When you selected, an arrow will pop up. Just drag it to the second artboard. Good. And you can just have my settings. The trigger is on tab, type is on transition, destination, it will be always movie page on, because there is only one destination here. And you can choose make sure the animation is on dissolve, okay, and it is on ease out and 0.3 second. You can take a screenshot immediately, no issues. I'm repeating: transition type, transition, destination movie page 1, animation dissolve, easing mode is ease out, and duration is 0.3 second. I mean, there are many animations, but it will take time. So right now you just do this and you can play around with the settings afterwards. So now I click on first artboard and click on play. When I click on the second, now you can see it's clickable. The screen transits. This is where user experience plays a major role. Why? I mean, basically what we did now was a simple dissolve thing, but some apps have very good user experience designing. Like they will have go one slide up and one slide to other slide going down, overlapping. I mean, just like the slideshow transitions you see now, those are very hard to create in Adobe XD, and that requires a lot of skills. So for that, Adobe XD has made some simple actions like transition, dissolve, and thing. You can use that. But if you want to go learn advanced things, YouTube is always there. So one thing you will notice here, when you go here and press, what if the user wants to go back to the previous page? What he will do is go to prototype. I mean, what I will do is go to prototype, select the first one of the second page, drag it to back. This black thing, if you can see here, the black line, these are the wireframes. I mean, when you click this, it will go here, and when you click this, it will go here. So let's see everything in action. I'm scrolling it down. Good. I'm clicking on the second circle. It goes like this. I clicking on the first circle. It goes like this. So that's it, guys. I mean, there is one more folder here.
Can we make these images scrollable in a vertical way?
Yeah, that's a very tough task. I mean, it can't be taught you. It will take another 30 to 40 minutes. If you want, you can just slide into my DMs or WhatsApp number. I will give you the YouTube link. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Where do I find your number?
Wait. You put your number there in the chat box. Wait. I will put my number. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyone having any doubts, you can just contact me on WhatsApp, or else you can follow me.
Naveen,
Bol.
sorry, this
Yes.
person Kritik has a doubt on how to use the XD plugins. Just repeat what you said.
Yeah, sure. So
Are you
here,
listening, Kritik? Hello? Okay.
is
Um,
listening. No problem. I will repeat. For the plugins, you need to go to the bottom left icon. That's known as plugins. Click on that. Click on the plugins. You can see a plus icon there. Click on the plus icon. You see a search icon there. Click on the search icon. Write the plugin you want. Right now we want a plugin for icons. So just write icons and press enter. And I want you to download the plugin called as icons for design. Click on this. You can, I don't know where was the button. I think it would be here. So once you install it, it will show as installed. So after installation, the icons for design will show here in your plugin section. Go to icons for design. Type the icon you need. I need nice search. You can see many search icons down there. Choose the one that you like. Zoom in because those icons are very, very minute. You can place here to no issues. I will just reduce its size. Okay, whenever you want to resize anything, make sure you are holding shift and resizing it. Then only it will go proportionate. Otherwise, bloop. Understood? Hold shift and resize it and change its color. So this is how you use the plugins for icons. I mean, there are more than hundreds of plugins. There, I use these many. It depends on you.
Are you clear with your doubt, Miss Kritik? Okay, okay.
So the hands-on session is over. In the prerequisite files, you can find all the movie posters here. There is that page prime, okay, for inspiration. Then there is that exit folder. So this is the one that I created. I mean, of course, this looks far better than what I created now due to the time constraints and everything. And this was the first page, okay. And I've also given you the XD file of my version of this. I mean, the most of it would be same, but it looks better as compared to the one that I made. You can see, right? Based on the basis of the color wheel, color patterns and all I used. Right, I will show you. Here I have reduced the size of everything. You can see I have used 4 icons down. This gives a very professional look, and the sizes of circle and the distance between them are also different. So it all comes with experience, guys. I press the second one and just transits to second one like that. It's basically the same app, but with a good plus one design plus plus, like C plus plus. So I think my hands-on session is over, guys.
Okay, there's a doubt.
Yeah,
We have got one.
yes, yeah. Tell.
How to scroll a button? Means this during
You
phone
can
calls we swipe up, right?
you can share your screen and explain. No choice. I will stop sharing for a while.
Yeah,
Nikhil?
one second.
Yeah. The
Just
screen is not visible, Nikhil. Okay, you tell. I will understand. Tell.
yeah, I have added a button, just like a phone call.
Okay.
So when a phone call comes, we just swipe up or left, right, to attend it or to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to know how to make the transition for that. To swipe
Hey,
up or swipe down.
swipe up and swipe down transitions are very tough, man. I mean, it can't be told in just a one simple sentence, or it will take at least 1 hour. I can teach you in the WhatsApp. I can give you the YouTube links and all.
Yeah, okay.
I have given my number in the WhatsApp. You can check there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm addressing all the doubts in the chat box.
Guys, also I'm posting the feedback form in the chat box. Please fill it.
We have some doubts about scrolling, man. Just help them out. They want to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how to lock the bottom bar while scrolling.
Okay. Okay. Janya, I replied to your doubt.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you.
Guys, fill the feedback form, please.
Praveen, I have one
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
For the, can you add textures and overlays on the website, just like how you add PNG images to the website? Like for the
Yeah,
lower end background of your UI.
yeah. You can add, no issues. But it
Oh,
depends on you. I mean, it's an opaque. I mean, yeah, just like I place the posters right or the downloaded icons, you can just drag and drop.
okay. And can you change themes like that? Like
Theme,
the theme of the website, can you change it?
I
change
Um,
theme.
guess we have to design them, right?
Yeah, the Adobe it doesn't give you the presets kind of things.
okay.
You need
So
to,
just like how you made the movie page, can you change the background of
the movie
from
page.
from no, from one slide to another? Can you change it? The texture of the website, is that
Wait,
possible?
Wait. I will.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Okay, wait.
Are you asking like in Amazon Prime's website we have that
Yeah, movie page 1 and movie page 2, right? You move from one page to another. Can you change the theme of the website
That
by
okay.
changing the background
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. See. No issues. Have your mic on, please. Just guide me. So I want. Wait. See. This is what you told, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can. Understood?
Yeah,
I mean, I just changed the color. If you want to add a texture, you can download from Google and place it in the background.
yeah.
Got it?
So we can always create a theme icon on the top and then change the theme the same way you did here, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the first page has the basic theme, and then you can edit it on the other pages.
Thank you.
Yeah, no issues. Wow.
When will be the next session?
Arey, let me take. That's Shravan will tell you.
we
Guys,
also
we
have
hope you loved the
rehearsal.
session.
Arey, doubts are heavy. I mean, people are asking doubts.
Okay. But
Um,
still, I hope you loved the session.
Okay, the next thing they want me to repeat is the fixed position. Okay, no issues. So I'm right now on the movie page. Damn. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Right now I'm on the movie page. If I click there and drag it down, this makes the page scrollable. So, but when I scroll, this bottom rectangle thing also moves along with the scroll. But what if you want to make it a fixed position? For that, you need to select this, go to prototype, and there you can see a fixed position when scrolling. Now if you go there, click on movie page and go to app preview and scroll down, you can see the position of it is fixed. Got it?
Guys, I hope you liked the video. Praveen, you can stop sharing your screen. There's a feedback form in the chat box. Please fill that.
Okay, guys, I hope you all had a good time attending this session. Before you all leave, I just want to give a very short brief. But before that, if it's not too much to ask, can you all please switch on your video for just a minute? Not gonna ask something huge or anything. We're just gonna take a picture. See, if this was in person, it would have been even better. But we all know what the situation is. So we'll just click a picture and then I'll talk for a while and let you off. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Do
You
not
can
leave
turn
yet.
off.
Do
Thank you
not
very
leave
much.
yet.
Don't leave yet. We
Don't
have
leave
a
it.
few more announcements
Yeah.
to make.
Yeah,
just
we have a few more events.
yeah. Give me 2 minutes. I'll finish it off as quick as possible, and you all guys
And
can leave.
before that, I hope you really liked the event. And we'd like Dikhi ma'am to talk about the event.
Ma'am is here.
Or Bennett ma'am.
Yeah, I'm here. So,
Okay.
good morning, all. I'm Diki, assistant professor of CSE department, the faculty, one among the faculty coordinator of Sketch Club. So, hope you had a good session, I guess. And like, no, as Madesh, when he introduced about the Sketch Club, it's about like 3Ds, right? So, design, develop, and deliver. So I hope you guys now you can design whatever it may be, a website or something, and you can deliver it, right? You can develop it and deliver it. As the session was very informative, and I guess like all will be developing it after this, because I got a very good feedback. Like when Praveen asked for this feedback also in the chat box, I could see so many people like where giving such a wonderful feedback, and was Praveen was so happy about it. And he, right, Praveen? So in this session, I guess like many tools were told by Praveen, and the introduction, different stages of design were talked. So like when we talk about this design part, no, what we feel is like everyone has the same image. We think like that, like in their mind. But when it turns out, like we don't have that, because this designing part is not only like to know about a tool or something. It is like innovation, it's a creativity. That means like you have to think more rather than developing it. You have to think, you have to create something, you have to design it well, so only it will be impressed to the people outside, right? So I guess this UI, UX, UXT, all these, like it's answers to all these, no, the different tools used for this, which gives a visual questions together. So I'm sure that all had a very good session on design part, and it was very inspiring. And that and one more thing is like, this was like the students giving a workshop to students. It's very appreciable, guys. And the people who are the others who's viewing this also, like you should be like inspired by these guys, because they are giving like a workshop on this, no. So you should be so inspired and appreciated, like you got such a nice friends, or what like you got them as well. So I hope you had like all the, and very very like no, very thanks to the entire team of Sketch. I don't want to mention the names, like all Matesh, Praveen, Saira, Manjana, then Shreya, Shravan, everybody. If I missed out someone, no, just everybody, the Sketch Club, you are doing very good, and really appreciable, right? And thank you for all the participants. Huh? That is the end. Yeah, entire crew. We are very happy about it. Even we are proud. The faculty, as a faculty, we are very proud. We have got such a good students. Uh, for making this, no, very wonderful. I was so like I am what you tell, like so proud to tell that I'm teacher of you guys. And thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Means a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys. As I promised, I'll just take 2 more minutes, and you all can go do whatever work you have. So hope you had a really good session. As they said, the forms have been out. You can give the feedback. If you really enjoyed it, please do give an honest feedback. If you didn't, please do tell us. Give us suggestions so that we all can improve more. So also, I want to mention here. Can someone present the Sketch website, Praveen or Saira? So take note of the website of the club. It's sketchclub.space. So the site is functioning now, and the entry forms are open. So anyone who wishes to register for the club, anyone who wants to be a part of the club in our future endeavors, please go right away and click on join us. Give your details, and we all expect you to be a part of club very soon. So as you can see here, there's a very wide variety of domains over here to choose in whichever you're interested in, starting from graphic design, research and development, photography, content writing. There's also a PR team here for marketing and operations. So, and there's an ambience team, there's a decor team. Even if you're not a very techie guy or girl, you can always opt for the non-technical side, and you know uh, just you can contribute whatever you can for the club. So
Shravan,
as Madesh told in the
Shravan,
beginning. Yeah,
just one
Praveen.
thing. Just on one thing I want to tell. I mean,
Yes,
before
please.
joining the club, I mean, it's not like that. You should know. You should be knowing everything and all.
Yeah, exactly.
I was a total noob at graphic designing before joining this club. I'm accepting it. Sketch Club has really helped me a lot, and we will help you too, guys. You too, guys.
So the thing is, yeah, exactly. You don't have to know anything beforehand. No, it's all just a process of learning. We teach others, we get we get knowledge from others. So that is how we develop ourselves. So it's all a process of sharing within each other. So it's a family here. So we all expect you to be newest members of the family. The recruitments will be happening anytime soon. Uh, so I think as Madesh already spoke in the beginning, Sketch was a very major part of Texas, the CSC symposium, which we conduct every year in our college. So it wasn't just website development and decor or ambience theme or anything. So we were also a part of the photography, the organizing committee, and the PR team as well. So you get to learn a lot. Thank you all for cooperating with us for the last 2 hours. Hope to see you all soon.
Guys, also there's one more announcement. We're soon going to have a tournament. That tournament, we'll be circulating the information for that also. If you guys are interested, you can also enroll for that. So the tournament is going to have gaming nights, and it's going to be informal. Like, it's not going to be technical or something. It's just going to be some events, some tournaments, and prizes will also be there.
Yeah, you can have fun.
Yeah.
That's the main
So
goal.
gaming nights will be there, and a lot more to come. Stay tuned. We'll be uploading that in our website. Follow that.
Yeah.
And
So
also, please follow us in our social medias. So you'll be getting all the real-time updates of what's going to happen in the club.
Yeah, in Instagram, Sketch SRM, and in LinkedIn, Sketch Club. Follow us there, and we'll.
You can reach out to us through any media. You can reach out to us through any media. If you still have any doubts beyond this session, please do feel free to contact Praveen at any point of time. He'll be happy to help. And I think there's one more thing. So there's one more big announcement. It is regarding the mentorship program. A special program is going to be organized exclusively for the members of Sketch Club. It will be basically to train you guys in order to attend placements, or if you guys want to go for masters, we'll guide you through the process. And there's and another session for startup. It's called a startup guidance. As you may or may not know, our alumni or former members of Sketch Club had I guess 3 to 4 startups. They've started 3 to 4 startups, and they're all functioning really good, and they're all in a very good place right now in their lives. So depending on whatever your interest is, whatever you want, whichever path you want to tread on, we would be here to guide you, we would be here to help you. And so yeah, I guess they might work. So I guess that's it. Thank you all for bearing us for the past 2 hours. Hope to see you all soon as a part of Sketch. Thank you, guys.